Hello everybody and welcome to That's Football in what is probably one of the videos I never thought I would be doing, and I'm not going to make a big crisis out of this because I don't think that's the right approach, but the reality is we are on the middle of March and football has been suspended until April, and we pretty much know that that's going to get suspended even further. What does that mean for Liverpool? What does that mean for the title? Look, there's plenty of stuff out there for people to go and look at in relation to what this global crisis means. We're a football channel, we're going to talk about football, and ultimately positive mentality suggests that we will come through this. We will come through this and we will have a new season or a continued season. What does this mean? And although I wear a Manchester United top because I'm a Manchester United fan, I'm very aware that this channel is watched by a lot of people and there is a responsibility to try and be even-handed. And I relate this to if I was a Manchester United fan and I'd had the season Liverpool had had, I would know I'm going to win a league title, and to have that taken away because the league may get cancelled or voided, is that right? Is it likely to happen? So we'll be talking about that as well. But as we stand at the moment, the Premier League has suspended all football till April the 4th, I believe it is. 2 weeks and then 2 weeks of what would have been an international break. And then in a month's time, we'll have a clearer picture. And this clearer picture could be a lot worse than it is at the moment. So we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen. But I think that there is talk in the Bundesliga of it being voided. There's talk of the Champions League, the Europa League being just cancelled until next season. And there will have to be some uniform decisions made about how we as a Premier League deal with it to a certain extent. Because if you cancel the Europa League and you cancel the Champions League, then the UEFA will be saying, well, who are your representatives for the tournament next year? Is it the same as what it was this year and we restart it? The reset button is an option, isn't it? The reset button is just to pretend none of this happened. Well, not pretend, just void it. Like I say, we didn't get to finish it. We'll start again in August. We'll cancel the Euros. We'll start as if we've lost a year, and that's what we're going to do. And a lot of people feel that that should happen. Now, what I would say to that is, I think there is a common sense approach to that, but I also think there's a lot of people in the media who are doing it just because they don't want Liverpool to win the league. From a Manchester United point of view, if you look at the league table at the moment, we're 5th. But Sheffield United have got a game in hand. And if they won that game in hand, they would knock us down to 6th. So we wouldn't even get Champions League football if Manchester City don't win their ban. Which is interesting with Man City's ban. How are they going to appeal a ban when the world's in a crisis of something else? So maybe that ban will happen next year, and 5th place will get it. And this then becomes even more interesting, doesn't it, as to how do you then look at 5th place from last year if you void this year? It becomes quite confusing. But from a Manchester United point of view, I'm like, well, what if they just cancel things from now and they say where you are now gets you into the Champions League next year? Well, we might not be in the Champions League because we're 5th. And Sheffield United, with the game in hand, like I say, would have an argument. If you cancel the league now and say, we'll just leave it as it is, Liverpool, you get the Premier League title, it's not a proper Premier League title. I know Liverpool are going to win the league. I accept that. And I know Liverpool fans are very anxious about this. But you haven't won the league. You haven't won the league, so you can't be given the league. And the league, even if you had won the league technically, a league is 38 games. And you can't hand out the Premier League title and relegate Norwich. And relegate, I think, Bournemouth would be relegated on goal difference if we said this is the end of the league. That can't happen. The amount of money Bournemouth would lose, it won't happen like that. Champions League spots are still to be fought for as well. So you can't just hand the title and say, yeah, we'll start again next year. You either complete this league or you void it. And the problem they're going to have is they're going to have to think outside the box. And I think when thinking outside the box, one of the options is, look, forget starting next season in August. That needs to be movable. Maybe look at it and go, well, we might have to be a bit creative here. Maybe we move the league back to starting in November or something like that. I don't know. Maybe you cancel the Euros till 2024 and say that next summer we'll be playing into the next season. So what I'm thinking here is, look, we've suspended the league now. We suspend it till April. We're still in the middle of a pandemic. So they knock it back to maybe start of June. And then that's 3 months' time. And we go, right, we can complete the season now. So we complete the season from the start of June to the end of July. Well, you're not going to start a brand new season in August. So you say, look, then everyone's going to have a month off again, maybe 2 months, and we'll start the season in October time. But we will run it until June next year. There'll be no national tournament. That's the sort of open-minded thinking they need to think, because we may need to not play football for 2 or 3 months. I think that's reasonable. 2 or 3 months, we won't play this. We won't play this game. And for anybody who says, "Oh, 2 and 3 months, it still might be a pandemic." Well, it might be, but a lot of people will have had it, and it won't be such a big thing because people will have built this immunity that they're talking about. But I got to say, if they do cancel it, that is very, very unfair on a lot of people. It's not just Liverpool; it's Leeds and West Brom who want to get promoted. It's Norwich who deserve to get relegated, probably, some would say. So I think they've got to get this league done. They've got to get it done, and open-minded discussions need to have as to how you do that. Now, the relegation candidate teams and the top 4 candidate teams are not going to say, let's just play rock, paper, scissors, or let's take an average of points over the season. That's not going to work. So they've got to find... First of all, we've got to find a point where football can carry on. And I think when football carries on, we do need to come back and complete this season. That is my feeling. There is a lot of people out there saying, oh no, let's just cancel it and start again in August. But I think that makes a mockery of things. That makes a mockery of what we've seen this season. You know, you'd have to void everybody's stats from this season as well. That's not right. I think if football's ever going to be played again, and I'm pretty 99% sure that it will, then we must complete this season. And if that means knocking next season back, then that's what we need to do. But I would be worried if I was a Liverpool fan, because this is only common sense talking here. And as we know in life, common sense doesn't always prevail. But I think it's very important for Liverpool fans to win the title. But I think it's also important for Chelsea, and Chelsea are already in the top 4, I suppose. Leicester and Man City, probably not that bothered. They're not going to win the league and they're comfortably in the top 4. But for teams like Manchester United, Wolves, Spurs, Sheffield United, maybe even... I don't think Arsenal think they're in the top 4 race either, and they're out the Europa League. So Arsenal fans are probably, let's just cancel it. There's going to be... Everton probably say cancel it now because they're not getting top 4. There will be teams where they know their season's over that will go, let's just cancel it. But I think in relation to competitiveness and good spirit of the game, it would cause more problems long term to just write this season off. And you can guarantee if they write the season off, Liverpool won't win the title next year, because you just know that won't happen. And they'll forever be this team that's not won the title for 30 years and nearly won the title but had it taken away because of this. So I think that football will be played again, and I think that football needs to come back in this country. I don't care what any other country does. In this country, football needs to come back and be played again, and we need to complete the league. That's how I feel about it. And also from a Manchester United point of view, we're not in a position... I've seen United fans saying, but we're already in the Champions League because we're 5th and Man City have got a ban. Look at Sheffield United. There's no way you can do that. What are you going to say to Sheffield United? Well, we'll give you the points that you've averaged over the season, which isn't 3, so you don't get the 3 to go into 5th. What a load of crap. What's Sheffield United's game in hand? I think Sheffield United's game in hand... Off the top of my head, I can't remember what it is, but I mean, would you count them out getting 3 points? There are issues there. But what are we going to do on this channel over the next 4 weeks? We've got some FIFA career modes that's going to kick in. We've got some Football Manager that's going to kick in. So we will have a lot of competitive, interesting stuff to go along the more topical stuff that we do as well. Watch-alongs are done. We can't be doing any more watch-alongs, which is a shame. So we'll be feeding in with FIFA career mode, and we'll be feeding in with Football Manager. So what I want people to do in the comments is get into the comments with what career mode you want me to do in relation to Football Manager and in relation to FIFA. Now, I will definitely do a Manchester United career mode because I like doing Manchester United career mode. But I'm interested in doing a second one to run alongside that, so that's up for grabs. And also Football Manager, I'm open for anything on Football Manager. I don't mind doing a Premier League club. I don't mind doing a Premier League club and a non-league club and running them at the same side. So get your thoughts in. Check the comments, because if you see somebody that suggests something you like, just whack a like on it, and I'm going to look at the people that get the most likes on their comments. So that's a good idea there. But we're in an interesting time. And I think, look, for the vast majority of people, it's just going to be a boring few weeks where you might get a little bit ill. But for some people, it might be a few weeks that, you don't come out of. And that, we're talking about the vulnerable. We're talking about people with underlying health conditions. And they're the people we're doing this for. And they're the people we've got to look out for. So, all the government advice out there is coming from whatever country or coming from medical experts, and I think we've got to put the trust into those people and not people like Piers Morgan or anybody else who's on Twitter with no medical background who are just saying, I think we should do this, I think we should do that. One thing I think we should do is try and stay united, because this is unprecedented. It's a generational thing, as our Prime Minister said. It's a generational thing, and that is true. And what we don't want is anarchy or people conflict. We need people to stay on the same page. And I know we're not used to that because we live in a world where everyone's got a voice on social media. But we've got to follow the advice of the experts within the country that you are in. Now is not the time to say that's a mistake when we've not even gone through the process yet. And look, I'm going to speak about it on Going for Goldbridge later, so give us a chat, join that for that. But this is about football, and we're going to keep it about football. Thanks everyone for watching. Smash a like on the video. Get your comments in below about the FIFA career modes and the Football Manager career modes, which teams you want me to do. But ultimately, it may come across as controversial, but in a sensible point of view, football needs to come back and we need to complete this season. And I know Liverpool are going to win the league. And I know as a United fan, I don't want that to happen. But I can't be a United fan who goes, I don't want Liverpool to win the league because of a big pandemic where people are dying. I don't want that. I want us to come back and complete this league. And I want us to get Champions League football, which we're on track to do. United are on track to get Champions League football. We're playing really, really well. I don't want to restart the season and be back in the Europa League again. But like Groundhog Day. Thanks for watching. Speak to you soon.